Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. Before I get started with the reading, I just want to take a second and thank all of my subscribers. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, and just all of your positive feedback. If you are interested in receiving additional guidance from the weekly and monthly tarot forecast that I offer here on my channel, I do actually draw and upload every single day a daily oracle guidance card to my Instagram and Facebook pages. So if you're interested in receiving additional guidance, please head over and like me on Facebook or follow me on Instagram. If you are interested in receiving a private reading from me, I do actually have linked below in the description bar my website, so head over to my website and read about how I offer my private readings. And make sure that for these weekly tarot forecasts you are watching your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign to get the most insight. Some weeks you will resonate more with your sun sign, other weeks you will resonate more with your rising sign or ascendant sign, and then sometimes you might even resonate with all three, your sun, moon, and rising sign. So again, I just want to thank you guys so very much for all of your support. You guys are truly amazing. Thank you for all of the positive feedback, your likes, your shares, your comments. I do wish you all a wonderful week. Stay tuned for the reading. Hi Virgo, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of October 10th through the 16th. This is for Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, and Virgo Rising signs. All right, Virgo, so at the bottom of the deck, I do have the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups can represent wish fulfillment for some Virgos. You certainly could be receiving like a wish come true this week, but also this is emotionally, for many of you, you being in a really good place. The Nine of Cups represents that emotional abundance. The overall energy for the week, Virgo, is actually the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles, this is financial abundance, security, success. This can represent a piece of property that's quite significant, or maybe even an inheritance. For some Virgos, this could be you establishing yourself financially, creating a name for yourself. With the Nine of Cups, I mean, this could be a wish coming through, maybe in regards to a piece of property or an inheritance. We are starting out with the Queen of Pentacles here, which is certainly your energy, Virgo, no matter if you're male or female. I see you just in a really good place financially this week, Virgo. Things are definitely very secure and solid on the financial front. This could be your energy, very grounded, practical. I see her as someone who makes excellent business decisions, but excellent decisions in general. And I do see many of you ending a very difficult cycle within your life. With the Ten of Swords, this is you already going through the worst of something. For some Virgos, what I feel like is happening for you here is you've already been through the worst of something. It's just literally a matter of you completely leaving maybe a cycle, a difficult period behind. This is you, I think for many of you, wanting to be successful with moving away from a difficult period within your life. And you are going to definitely be moving on from this. For some of you, I see you closing the door on this cycle or this chapter of your life that wasn't really the maybe easiest to get through for some Virgos, but you know, you are surrounded by a lot of healing energy this week. Underneath the Ten of Swords, I have the Sun, which is a nice healing energy. This is a beautiful, blessed energy. For some Virgos, you certainly could be getting outdoors, spending more time, you know, in the sunshine this week. But this is a healing energy. I see a lot of healing around many Virgos. I see you healing from this difficult time within your life. And I see that, you know, for some of you, I think that you're feeling that this week. I think that you know the worst is behind you. I think that this is you, because I have the Queen of Pentacles diagonal with the Sun here. I think that this is you, you know, really optimistic this week. And I think that, you know, you're shining bright, and this is a lot of people really attracted to you and your energy this week, and you're incredibly content with that Nine of Cups and the Sun. I see many of you just really happy and just in a great place this week. You also could be very social with the Three of Cups here. We could have a lot of social Virgos this week. You could be getting out and about, socializing a lot, or just maybe spending a lot of time with friends or family. But this is also a nice celebratory energy, so there could be some Virgos that maybe you're celebrating something, celebrating this success with the Sun. The Sun also represents success, and with that Ten of Pentacles, there could be a lot of Virgos that are quite successful with maybe something business related, or you know, this could be something related to family as well, and maybe you're wanting to go out and celebrate it. Now, what's interesting is I also have the Three of Swords here. But, you know, I want to point out, we have the Ten of Swords here, and then I have the Sun. So I see many of you healing, you know, a past cycle that, you know, was maybe very difficult. Then I have the Three of Swords, and underneath the Three of Swords, I have Judgment. And Judgment is a healing energy as well. So I see many Virgos healing from a difficult cycle or chapter within their life. And then, you know, I see you healing from whatever this Three of Swords was for you as well. The Three of Swords, you know, this could be a situation because we have, you know, the 2 threes here. There could be a situation for some Virgos, or could have been maybe a situation dealing with 3 people. But, you know, that's ending with the 10 here. You have, you know, a couple of 10s here. This is endings and then new beginnings, cycles that are ending, and then you moving on to, you know, the next cycle of your life, Virgo. So, you know, this could have been a situation dealing with three people that's now over with. But also the Three of Swords can be pain, loss, heartache, mental exhaustion. This just could have been you not in the best place. But you're overcoming that now with Judgment here. This is you rising up from the difficulties, rising up from this pain, this heartache, this sadness. Whatever this was for you, Virgo, I see many of you finally healing this. Whatever this is, you're overcoming it. And this is really nice. With Judgment, for some of you, you're actually moving towards a judgment. With Judgment and then the Eight of Cups here, which is forward movement. Some of you are actually moving towards a judgment. Now, this could be like a legal judgment. It can have something to do with the family or an inheritance. It certainly could be like a legal matter that is maybe finally coming to an end, or it's going to in the near future, because this is what you're moving towards. For some of you, you could be emotionally moving on, leaving something behind that no longer serves you emotionally. You could be making that judgment call or that decision. For some of you, maybe you're releasing a bad relationship, or freeing yourself from like a love triangle situation, or just moving on emotionally. Yeah, for some of you, you certainly could have been in a relationship that was no longer serving you. I have the Four of Cups here on top of the Eight of Cups, and sitting next to the Three of Swords. So I think that some of you emotionally have been a little bored, a little flat. This can also be like a lonely energy. So there could have been some Virgos that maybe you were in a relationship, and you know, even though you were in a relationship, you know, maybe you weren't emotionally connecting with that person anymore. Maybe you were lonely. For some other Virgos, this could be you waiting on an offer, waiting on something for maybe quite some time, and maybe with the Eight of Cups here, you're choosing to move forward, and you're not going to maybe wait for a particular person any longer. I see you moving forward, Virgo. I see you moving away from this Three of Swords, moving away from this Ten of Swords, and I see you healing. And you're moving towards a new beginning. Judgment is rebirth. You're moving on to, I believe, the next chapter or cycle within your life. I like to call them chapters. With the 2 10s here, definitely completing a long, difficult period within your life, Virgo. As you can see, there's a lot happening here, but overall, it's going to be an amazing week for you. I see you emotionally healing. I see you moving forward. Financially, I think you're in a really good place. There are going to be some Virgos that, you know, maybe you're going to be spending a lot of time outdoors. You could be hanging out with your friends this week. Overall, I think it's a great spread. All right, let me pull you an additional guidance card, Virgo. So some additional guidance for Virgo. With the 9 of Cups here, for some of you, you certainly could be receiving like a wish come true. Or you're just, again, in a really good place emotionally. You know, we see that 8 of Cups turning into the 9 of Cups here. So emotionally, there's progress, there's growth. And I see you just being in a really good place emotionally. All right, so I have 2 cards that came out for you. The first one is Grace and Antoinette. To help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. So perhaps for some of you, this 3 of Swords could have been like an argument, a fight, a falling out, something that happened maybe with a friend or a family member, Virgo. And for some of you, this could have been you experiencing some heartache because of that. But Spirit is really focusing on healing the situation and you seeing the other person's point of view with compassion. And then we also have Akasha. You are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and to help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. So what I'm getting is perhaps for some Virgos, there could be a friend that needs your help this week. And even if you had a falling out with that friend or what have you, perhaps there's someone around you, Virgo, that will need your help this week. And with Akasha here, you have the ability to counsel this person and to help them. Yes, this could be on like a spiritual level, but you know, not necessarily for all of you Virgos watching this. So, you know, for some Virgos, I definitely see a potential friend or family member that needs your help this week, okay? So Virgo, I do hope that you found this reading helpful, and I hope you have a great week. Take care.